LeBron James.
Scream if you believe in equality.
Okay, before the video starts, I just want to say my mic glitches in some points. It gets better later, don't worry. I just want to give it a little warning. Okay, bye! Massive day for the unemployed. Just about 4 months ago, I released a video going over probably the most misandrous video the Splatoon community has seen to date. TLDR, a woman made a video essentially saying she didn't want any male characters in Splatoon because by her logic, that would attract more men and she doesn't want men in the Splatoon community. I wish I was joking. I recommend you watch the video I made covering this as I go into better detail breaking down her points. Because oh boy, calling them nonsensical is generous. But I digress. Following my first video covering the situation, I made a follow-up which featured another YouTuber, Fryethusiast. Now on the topic of Fryethusiast, he also made a video on the man-hating YouTuber, but that'll be relevant later. He first made a video stating his opinions on Marina as a character. This is where our antagonist comes in. They made not 1, not 2, not 3, not 10, but 9 separate videos complaining about Fry, solely because of that initial video. All because he stated an opinion, by the way. With the way they were molding about Fry, you'd think he really did something heinous. Let's talk about it. Now for a bit of context, on the 7th of May 2024, Fry would upload a video called What's the Deal with Marina? He essentially said, in his opinion, he believes Marina's character is boring. Now remember guys, this is an opinion. It's an opinion, okay? But yeah, that's it. Now you see, Sogayus, whatever the name is, right? Soggy here didn't like Fry stating his opinion, not one bit. So they turned on their Switch, went into customization, got their phone, and recorded their Octoling spinning with the caption,
I must be seeing stuff, cause ain't no way a Fry fan is calling Marina boring.
Now this is where things get a bit silly. Upon the release of the TikTok, Fry decided to clap back with a 15-minute satirical video. The amount of things people have said about me on TikTok, Reddit and Twitter alone would make so many slop videos. Don't get me wrong. But this is some random TikTok. This person literally records their Switch screen. They don't even screen record because that would take actual effort. They literally just record their screen of their Inkling/Octoling spinning or doing an emote with a caption. On TikTok of all places. This is the epitome of slop, which will be ironic later, don't worry. Not to mention they are a Splat person. If you thought Splatoon Twitter was ridiculous, Splat Talk is unironically the mental illness final boss. I like Fry, get your bag and all that, but satirical or not, I genuinely don't know how he managed to make a 15-minute video from one TikTok stating an opinion. The opinion allegations. Very scary. I respect it though, a bag is a bag. But really, this person unironically isn't and wasn't worth your time. If I made a video on every single neurodivergent Splat Talk or Splatoon kid who dared to criticize or trash talk me, I'd get a lot of content out, I won't lie, infinite money glitch, but it would ultimately be redundant. Despite that, you're literally beefing with someone who makes videos like these. Hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby arse drama. But seeing we have the context out of the way, we can finally get into the evil Splatoon drama. I love my life, wow. So Soggy clapped back with their very own TikTok. Can't believe I've resorted to making TikTok drama content, my god. With a caption which reads as follows.
How Fryethusiast feels after making a 15-minute video arguing with me and my comment section because I made a 6-second TikTok saying his opinion is wrong. He insists that his response video is satire and this is all funny to him.
Now, this is where Soggy made a mistake. You see, by saying an opinion right, a view or judgment formed about something not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. You're an opinion. For some reason, Soggy decided to say Fry's opinion was wrong. This is how you know you're dealing with a real Einstein. Following this, Soggy made it their mission to complain about everything and anything Fry did.
Of all of the things in the world that have never happened, that has never happened the most. That is the most didn't happen of all time.
Why so forgotten? And it's one of the top 3 most popular idols. And don't y'all go, this is just his opinion because these thumbnails are so obviously trying to start something.
Are you slow?
This is why I unironically cannot have any respect for Splat Twitter, let alone Splat Talk users. Because they have this weird obsession with shadowboxing, fighting ghosts per se. Because a thumbnail saying, why so forgotten, means literally nothing. Generally, what could he possibly be trying to start? God forbid a man has opinions anymore. Now here comes a personal favorite. Remember that girl who made a video essentially saying she didn't want male characters, nor men in the Splatoon community? That's right. She didn't care if the man was real or not. She didn't want any Willy Havers in the Splatoon community under any circumstances. Yeah, Fry ended up making a video criticizing her as well. Go figure. There is something Soggy doesn't seem to be capable of understanding. You can criticize someone's opinion, you can even say it's stupid, ridiculous even, but flat out saying it's wrong makes you sound like you rolled a short bus to school. And this is perfectly encapsulated with the TikTok they made molding about Fry yet again.
Every time a cis male Splatoon fan tries to say people who don't want male idols in Splatoon are sexist, an angel loses its wings. Like, we get it, bro, you wanna feel like a victim in this community.
Tell me you lack basic understanding without telling me you lack basic understanding. So a girl saying she doesn't want male idols because they'll attract more men, she doesn't want men in the Splatoon community, isn't sexist to you? I know I already made a video covering this, but if a man said the same thing about women, he'd be dealt with immediately. Why is there always such a level of leniency when a woman does something a man would absolutely be crucified for? It's almost as if there's a double standard. But ignoring the sheer lack of common sense for a moment, can we talk about how corny this caption is?
Every time a cis male Splatoon...
It's okay to not want male idols in the game. To be honest, I couldn't care less if they added them in Splatoon 4 because they're not real, they're fictional characters at the end of the day. But to rationalize this with, well, I don't want male idols because they'll attract more men in the community is blatantly misandrist, and there's no level of mental gymnastics which can defend this. You are increasingly dishonest if you believe there isn't any underlying malice with this sentiment. I'm just saying, reverse the roles and you'd see hundreds of thousands of inklings and octolings emoting to captions of pure cope. We'd never hear the end of it. And seeing comments onto the post only further exacerbate my point. It's a literal hive mind echo chamber in there.
I swear, every time it's just someone going, hey, I personally don't want a lot of male idols. I like that this game is female-led, and someone else takes that and goes, so you hate men?
True Einsteins of our generation. We are not making it to 2050, we are so cooked. Soggy still wants to finish on this topic as they made another TikTok complaining, yes, another TikTok. And ooh, who's that?
There I am, Gary, there I am!
I watched this video and it genuinely isn't that bad. Why is every bad Splatuber on the face of the earth dogging on her?
Oh yes, Lee, everyone who disagrees with me must be a bad Splatuber approach. But I think we've gone a bit sidetracked. Notice how Soggy is still mentioning Fry. This person is genuinely so obsessed. Doing all of this for free, by the way. At least when Fry made his 15-minute video, he did it for money. You're just obsessing over a guy for free. I could never imagine discarding what remains of my dignity to obsess over some random guy. For free. But if I call this an illness, I'm in the wrong. By the way, we still aren't done. We're on number 5 out of 9 videos, as Soggy released another TikTok complaining about Fry's take on the Splatoon ship. Yep, we're going there.
If you think the Marina X Oct ship is unfounded/dumb, just know that there's an official story on the Boncala Walker.
Who cares? I couldn't care less about shipping fictional characters. They are not real. I know what the grass texture feels like beneath my feet. But even I know if you need to go check outside sources to validate your ship, it's probably not valid, okay? It's probably not valid. This is so much of a who cares moment. Who cares if he thinks a ship is invalid? It's an opinion. But now for the holy grail of unemployment. Soggy made yet another TikTok essentially celebrating the 1-year anniversary of their first video, coping and seething about Fry. Genuinely, what happened to Shame? This loser is so obsessed, I'm crying! In retaliation, Fry made a video basically saying the same thing. Soggy is quite literally obsessed.
There are a lot of people who are unhappy with the things that I say, and that brings us to the topic of today's video. There is a very particular TikToker that is just obsessed with me and just other creators. Always, at least for me, I see they make a lot of TikToks about me in particular, which is surprising considering vAqeii exists. Why am I the one getting all the smoke?
But unfortunately, Soggy didn't take this too kindly. They saw red, and engulfed with rage, they made this video.
I want to move away from just being a TikToker. So if you want to see better content, please check out my YouTube channel.
So you're telling me, a guy rightfully calls you out for obsessing over him, solely over opinions which you deem as incorrect, and instead of taking even a moment of reflection, you run to YouTube to make a video complaining about him even more. I swear these scripts write themselves. This can't be normal behavior. I'm not saying anything, but... I'll keep this one brief. Usually this is the part where I deconstruct the 17-minute video of Soggy moaning and coping about Fry, but the video isn't about me, and to be honest, I low-key don't care like that, so here are some highlights.
If you're a chronically online Splatoon fan like I am, you might have seen something about the drama between me and Fryethusiast. Maybe you know it from my TikToks, his videos, or even his collab with vAqeii. If you've heard of it from the latter, you probably think I'm just that one annoying Splat talker who's obsessed with him. After I made my TikTok, he made multiple tweets, community posts, and even talked about me in his server. Every time I made one, he called attention to it with another community post saying something like, I'm famous, or we're so back. If you get to make a video, 3 tweets, and a million community posts about me, then this is how I clap back. You can't say this is 100% unwarranted on your end, and I'm obsessed when you've done all this. You used me for content.
Wow. He used me for content. I can't believe he used me for content, guys. Yeah, he might have made a few community posts and tweets about you, which I personally think was excessive, but he's not the one who took it up a notch and kept on dogging him after the fact. He inevitably stopped making posts about you. You're the one who made it a point to continue and obsessively post about him. You're in no position to complain about being used for content when you're actively talking about the person who you used for content.
You used me for content, and your fans called me an immature dumbass.
Do I really need to say anything?
The only times I made TikToks on videos I watched in full, and was still disgusted by, was your sexism with a hint of derangement video. Even if we didn't have this whole drama going on, I would still call it warranted to dog on you for that. You called the girl deranged because she argued her opinion in a stupid way. That's not even just dumb, that's irresponsible and dramatic. You didn't just trash on her a bit, you contributed to a group of people, including vAqeii of all content creators, dogging on some girl who just had a mediocre argument.
I mean, this is top 5, maybe top 3 of the worst things ever created on this planet.
Okay, a few things here. vAqeii mentioned. It's funny Soggy made the claim Fry's video was the catalyst of me dogging on Megan, you know, the sexist girl, when it would take literal seconds to find out I made my video first. Like, it's not a big deal, but catalyst my arse. This person can't even get their facts right, but they get mad when people don't take them seriously.
I hate how people think I'm just an idiot who doesn't understand opinions.
But I'm not finished on this point either. The fact Soggy is still downplaying blatant misogyny doesn't surprise me in the slightest. They obviously did it earlier, so there should be an expectation. I didn't have high hopes for them to begin with, but the fact people are still trying so hard to infantilize Megan is insane. She literally made an entire video talking and attempting to justify men not being a Splatoon, nor the community. But according to Soggy here, criticizing such behavior is no different to dogpiling. Interesting. So with this knowledge, what do you call your several videos on Fryethusiast?
So, out of everything, I only used Fryethusiast for content twice, after the same was done to me. I only made videos on Fryethusiast out of malice after he did the same to me. And I don't include the anniversary post because f you for ever making that video. I'm not gonna forget about that. You caused me so much stress over a TikTok. I should be able to call you out for that.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious.
Guys, dogpiling is only bad when someone that isn't me is doing it. Imagine overtly admitting that you dogpiled on someone mere seconds after you complain about others apparently doing the same thing. How curious. Also, don't think I didn't notice the attempt to victimize yourself. It's not Splatoon drama if one of the parties isn't looking to play the victim. So Fry making a slop video in your slop video, slop for slop per se, caused you stress apparently.
And your fans called me an immature dumbass.
You're quite literally proving everyone's support in real time. The fact you sat down, scripted, recorded, edited this video, and thought it was okay to even attempt to justify your obsessive behavior this way is embarrassing. Soggy then went on to dedicate the latter half of the video just criticizing and getting mad over Fry's content, some of which is so blatantly satire I don't think the short bus theory is even a theory anymore.
Deep Cut can't seem to get much discussion done without mentioning Polycut or Shivrai. And before I continue on, that's just disturbing. Polycut, where all 3 of them are shipped together? First of all, how would that even work with Big Man being a stingray? Wouldn't that just be bestiality?
That's not what bestiality is.
Fry and Shiver, because they're 2 different species. Octopus and squid, even though they're closely related, they're not the same species. Just like a human a gorilla.
Oh.
I'm sorry!
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. This person can't be serious. There's no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Fry is so obviously being satirical here. How are you actually taking him seriously? You are actively looking for reasons to get mad. I've never seen such levels of schizophrenia before. If you don't find it funny, just say that. That's all you have to say. You don't have to try and criticize him for this. It's not that deep.
And your fans called me an immature dumb. After watching this video, I can say Fryethusiast has not changed within this year. He hasn't improved as a video essayist. He still rambles, he still puts little effort in, and his videos aren't worth watching.
He makes unscripted rant content. Of course he's going to ramble. It's a type of content someone would listen to in the background while they draw or play a game. Similar to Moist Critical, most, if not all, his content is unscripted. He's not a video essayist, and the fact you think this at all only cements the notion you have the understanding of a preschooler. Like, have we been watching the same videos? I find it so ironic Soggy really attempted to criticize his content when their TikToks could be summed up as Octoling doing dance in the background with a caption. If you don't like his content due to the lack of editing, that's fine. But just don't watch it. It's not that deep. Just don't watch it. You actively telling people not to watch his content is genuinely insane. Guys, I don't like this guy's content, so you shouldn't watch it either. Shut up, honestly.
And his videos aren't worth watching. If you want Splatubers that actually make quality content, go watch vAqeii's Cosmic Cloud or King McCoy. King McCoy, King McCoy, King McCoy.
I ain't gonna lie, we gotta get his props. That shit was trash. You consistently drop the trash. Get his get his props.
The bar was low, like increasingly low, but the fact they unironically recommended Caitlin Coy isn't even comical nor embarrassing. It's pathetic. So you denounce Fry because he has opinions you don't subscribe to, but you'd gladly redirect people to Caitlin Coy, the same person who allowed minors into adult spaces countless times. Like, that doesn't even scratch the surface of things Caitlin has done. Don't believe me? I have several videos going over her behavior in detail. You see, unlike you, Soggy, I had to make several videos on Caitlin because I thought her opinions were quote-unquote wrong or incorrect. I made so many because she has a long, extensive history of putting minors in danger, harassing them, attempting to guilt trip them, and more. She made an entire 6GB folder dedicated to me. She stalked and harassed me when I was literally a minor. Now that I think about it, I can see why Soggy is so fond of her. The fact you'd hail Fry as some horrible, heinous person, obsess over him, and then have the audacity to glaze Caitlin in the same video is just miserable. You threw any level of credibility and or goodwill directly into the ether the moment you dared to say this. My god, you Splat Talk kids are losers.
I hate how people think.
Call me Keemstar the way I always find my way into drama. Yeah, so remember how calm, spoken Soggy was in that video on Fry? Well, throw all of that grace out of the window. They're an absolute nutcase. I mean, it takes one to know one. Anyway, Soggy was absolutely crashing out over not just me, but also Fry and their server. I mean, are we really shocked at this point? Oh yeah, I did all of these one take, so don't expect Hollywood. Enjoy your Bollywood slop. No, 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 no! God, famine, please! I'm gonna end it all. I'm gonna unalived myself. I actually screamed when I saw this. I audibly screamed. I've been screaming. I'm gonna end it all right now. I've got to make sure there's help. Help, help me, help! No! I need to unalived myself. Yuck, no, no, no. I was saved today at Jeff Fry's channel. So many, and I was like, I want you. Oh, I guess it's our first anniversary. I think him and vAqeii are planning something. Yeah, he collabed with vAqeii some months ago and mentioned me in it. And then like on Thursday, I think he released a 23-minute video on me. Even if they make something bad, I don't think I'll make a video on them. It's just a drama thing. Fryethusiast fans are all over my cards. And he's planning a response video. And I think vAqeii's gonna be in it. And vAqeii is actually having insane. Like he's an awful person. He has fans and Caitlin Coy other life threats and threats. I don't want to be the next Caitlin Coy. I don't want to be the guy who gets 929283 videos of me saying I'm horrible and I don't want all that to happen to me. I don't get it. I don't get why he's the victim. Yeah, but people still think this is my fault. And based on his tone with the comment post, I know he will be civil about it. Right, dude, words gonna explain how I want to go vAqeii on Slam. Like, dude, shut up. No one is fandom likes you. Never have I seen anyone saying good things about this guy. You just look at Fry say it, guy. Also, this be about, like, okay, we get it, you're a copycat. The random Splatoon idol with the red hour, hey, the red, like, this is just, I want to walk up to those guys and personally tell them to shut the F up. Okay, so, like, I don't know about you. I don't want to be vAqeii's next Caitlin Coy. I don't want them taking up something I did years ago, trying to say I'm a bad person, and then making multiple videos of me. Like, look, bro. Oh my god. I can't send it. I can't send a screenshot. I can't send a link. But I think if I say if vAqeii made a drama video about being tested, like, Mr. I use screenshots with thumbnails vAqeii kind of be talking. All those videos since 3 months ago have been about random drama. He made an hour and 60 video about Caitlin Coy, and then made 2 more. But before it also made 2. Like, bro, I thought that was vAqeii, to be honest. I think he left the fandom, but he didn't. Ooh, I'd be with him so hard. He won't, but vAqeii's fans are so effing deranged. That doesn't help. It doesn't make much of a difference to me. Like, if he or his fans stalks me, send that's either way it's bad. I know, but fans of these people won't care. If they stick around with the kind of creator that's buddies with that, they won't care. Can I get one on the phone? I can't be spending money on one either, because I'd have to explain why to my mom. Maybe I should start beef with more creators. I made a video on Pochara and he never acknowledged it. Didn't expect Fryethusiast to not do that. I'm so mongoloid. I bet this guy gets bullied on the playground. God, this whole situation is so effing annoying. Go. Makes a kinda crappy rap video. Every male Splatoon comes whining saying she hates men and is deranged.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
I'm not upset with y'all because I know you're mentally ill, which is why one day I'm going to open up a hospital for mentally ill.
I hope you guys enjoyed my performance because I didn't. If this isn't enough proof that this person's absolutely a nutcase, I do not know what is. They literally put their hand on the screen saying they want Fryethusiast. Quite literally nothing Fry did warranted you to do this. And what makes this worse is how these aren't even all the screenshots. I only decided to show some of them because for the life of me, I'm not going to dump all of them. But I digress. My biggest issue is why are you pretending like you're not obsessed? Like you're obviously obsessed. Why were you trying to pretend like you were obsessed? Like unlike you, I'll gladly admit when I'm obsessed with someone. I will gladly admit it. I'm absolutely obsessed with the YouTuber Emra. I love that man. Okay, I love him. Like just own it. Just own the fact you're obsessed with him. Just own it. I promise life will get easier if you just own it and you admit it. Because right now you're just in denial. But all jokes aside, isn't it ironic this is the same person who was complaining about Fry, you know, crashing out on them, when in their server they were singing a whole different tune?
After I made my TikTok, he made multiple tweets, community posts, and even talked about me in his server. He crashed out saying, TikTok is canceling me. That first video genuinely freaked me out. It was 4 in the morning and one of the first things I saw was a YouTuber I respected posting a video crashing out because I made a 6-second TikTok. I hate how he gets to crash out over me trying to make a lighthearted jab and people in his comments call me a 13-year-old idiot, part of some hive mind.
Wait a minute.
Like when I saw the drama originally, I had no idea I lived so rent-free in this person's head. I had no idea. Like I'm used to a lot of people having like these unnatural strong vendettas against me. People hating me and not getting over it is nothing new to me. But no way, bro. Actually crashing out the Discord. I didn't even know you existed. This is nasty work. Like I promise I'm not that interesting. You do not need to dedicate so much of your time to me. I promise I'm not that interesting. I'm a loser who makes Splatoon drama videos. It's not that serious. Also, just one last thing. I find it so funny that Soggy literally just self-reports, saying that they want to beef with YouTubers. This guy said that they wanted to beef with me, and then they tried getting Pochara's attention. It's very obvious what this person's trying to do. They literally admitted to trying getting people's attention. But the moment they got exactly what they wanted, they started spurging out.
Take this shit no more, man.
This guy's unhinged. There are too many cases of people like this who say they want a YouTuber to make a video on them. They make a video and they start crying about it. This is precisely what you asked for. Like this person literally admits that they expected Fry to do this. You're not like vAqeii, pipe down, buddy. Okay, this is me from the future. In Soggy's video, they mention how Fry was apparently talking about them in the server.
After I made my TikTok, he made multiple tweets, community posts, and even talked about me in his server.
Ignoring how if you make several videos on someone, it's not unlikely they talk about you in their server. But you wanna know how Soggy knew this? They actively had a spy in his server. It doesn't get more chronically aligned than this. How much of a loser must you be to not only obsess over a guy to the point you had several videos of him, you even moved from TikTok to YouTube to further your endeavors, but to send someone into his server to give you updates on his activities is actually just disgusting. So you're telling me this is the same person who made a 17-minute video attempting to criticize and convince us Fryethusiast is a horrible person, while they had their friends spying on this server. All he did was have an opinion you disliked. You're genuinely insane. You are not beating the BPD allegations. Oh my god.
I'm always going to think Stevie's a psychopath. Like he is.
To think this all started over someone saying Marina's character is boring. Welcome to the Splatoon community. Your opinions are not valid unless the neurodivergent teenager says so. Although seeing the recent segment, I think a lot of people have the wrong impression of me when I make my videos. Just because I make content criticizing someone, that doesn't immediately mean I hate them or something. I'm not really sure where this idea comes from. Unless you're a weirdo around minors, I couldn't give a care. Like seriously, as funny as it was to see Soggy having a literal aneurysm over me, like it was hilarious, it was quite an unsettling overreaction. Like imagine looking into a situation because some random TikToker is harassing your friend, just to find out they've been obsessing not only over him, but also you. I'm all for satire, I love satire, but this person was not being satirical. Unfortunately, this is nothing new to me, but imagine how Fry feels. This person has been harassing him for months, and the moment he decides to speak out about it, they try and play the victim. Nonetheless, if you made it this far into the video, comment which part you thought was your favorite. We don't go yet, I have things to say, don't go yet. If you enjoyed the video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, because I make more content like this. I also have channel memberships. You see that members first icon? That's right, members see these videos early. That's nice, wow. So if you want to support the channel and also see videos early, make sure to check them out. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching.